and then we're going to talk to some spirits.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Alice. Welcome back. It's good to see you. We, as usual, I got the March Hare with me, and we have a familiar but very special guest with us.
It's been a while since we've done an in-person one, I think. Long time.
I think episode 4, maybe.
Yeah.
Really glad to have you with us, man.
So happy to be here. Yeah.
Micheal Carter needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyway.
It's sweet of you.
There's so many things I could bring up, but let's focus on what you got going on specifically this weekend.
Yeah.
So tell us about Sky's the Limit, Volume 1.
Sky is the Limit Volume 1 is the official launch party for my label, Sky Daddy, that I started with 2 friends of mine, Camden Perez and Jesse Peck. Jesse Peck plays keys and flummox, who is also performing at Sky's the Limit this weekend. And essentially it's my first attempt at something I've been dreaming of for a long time, which is an event that has a genuine, loving core of a community that we can all try and build a safe artistic space for each other, but that we can also thrive within and make money off of, if that makes sense. Right? Yeah. I'm trying to build a artist-centered label that dabbles in spiritually savvy capitalism. That's where we're at.
Well, I can speak for myself and Alice. We're extremely proud of you.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. We're done now.
You don't need a whole clapping thing, but yeah, no, seriously. You prolific dude. I'm not gonna suck your dick too much. But
let's wait till afterwards.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so Sky Daddy is your new label.
Label's the word, but it's not hella accurate, I guess, if that makes sense. We're dabbling in more than that. I just like using the word label because to people who don't know how any level of industry thing works, they're like, okay, cool, I know what that is. That's a big deal. And I'm like, you're right, friend. Come on, join me on my journey.
Well, in essence, when I heard about what you were doing, it reminded me a lot back when I had my first studio when I was running the Muse. And that was the early internet days, you know what I mean? When people really couldn't get things out that way. And that was the collective feel that was going on. And then it just kind of fizzled out. And so when Alex had told me about what you were doing, I was just like, holy shit. And you're right on the head saying it's a label, because technically a label is nothing but a business name.
Yeah.
So you can legally do business.
Label is a label. Like it's just that you're putting your service.
Right. You can make t-shirts, you can make music. It's a label. So, but yeah, no, I was really, really gassed that somebody was coming up and doing that kind of stuff again. And
I just really felt like there's space for it. I love everything that's going on in Nashville, and I have loved it for like all the 7 years now that I've been here, playing in dive bar corners and on occasional stages. But I felt like there's like a space for community for us all to like what I like to call the misfit club. Those of us that are not cool for certain pockets of the scene should just like band together and like just kind of build what I want the label to be is essentially a launching platform for artists that I believe in and that we all can collectively take the chance to believe in. and just see where it takes them. And the first person I've chosen for that is Dylan Wilson, aka King Lazy Eye. We are several songs deep in an EP of his. We've got drums tracked. We've got most of the bass tracked. We're doing vocals, and literally the day of the show, we're also tracking lead guitars for like 4 hours before. Yeah, we're out here. We're in crunch
hustle,
mode.
bro. I saw King Lazy Eye at East Room, blown away. Really talented dude.
So yeah, it's pretty amazing because his rhythm section is like the rhythm section for Made Mother Crone.
Can I just cut in real quick?
Yeah.
Just say he's also playing this Saturday, right?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, the full lineup for Saturday, since that was the first topic we touched, the full lineup for Saturday is Dylan Wilson, aka King Lazy Eye, and you'll see him perform full band. Now he has a bass player, and again, it's like Greg and Dave from Made Mother Crone, and it's jaw-droppingly good. God, they're so talented. They can like venture off into like these like lightly proggy territories, but like Dylan's songwriting is good enough to just like carry the whole ship. It's an experience. Young Robot is the middle of the bill kind of thing, because we're technically a Sky Daddy artist as well, just because I've been kind of keeping that ship afloat anyways. So it's like, cool, let me just slap Sunshine and No Name onto our release chart or whatever, which secretly I've been putting Sky Daddy on like the Spotify information on every Young Robot release anyways. So here we are. Because like when you upload to DistroKid, there's a section for that. Flummox will be performing as well, which everyone knows that they're absolutely incredible. Jesse told me we're in store for a few surprises, maybe. So
I went to see them at Pride Fest in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, they got rained out, right?
Rained out.
Yeah, did you go to the after party? Because they played something that
I didn't, because I was soaking wet and I had to work the next morning and I had to drive back to Nashville. So I was like, I don't think I can stay out that late.
Yeah, it's hard.
I might have, like, if I would have basically it got rained out, so I would have just had to like wait in my car, like find something to do for an hour or two.
Yeah,
so
no one wants to do that.
Yeah, I hate that I missed it though. I heard it was a good show.
Well, now you'll get a chance to see them on Saturday. And then we are lucky and blessed enough to have one of my best friends in the world, Charlie Holt of Rainbow Kitten Surprise fame, do a DJ set and kind of curate some vibes. Kind of like the vision for the thing right now is to like walk in, check out the vendors. My friend Jared is going to be doing tarot readings for everyone the whole time. We're going to have some acro performers just kind of hanging out when you come in, and some trippy visuals, art hung up everywhere. And kind of like after Flummox, I kind of want it to feel like the after party is already there. You feel me? Like so that everyone can like still drink and hang out and just kind of revel in the buzz of what's going on before we go off into other shenanigans. So that's Sky's the Limit Volume 1.
Dude, you got a fucking whole night plan.
I wanted to come out swinging. I rented billboards this week.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It almost only for the reason to have. Oh, and one of the cooler parts of the show is my friend Brandon Cartwright, aka at Brandon Made This, is doing visuals for the whole show. He's like
taking some of your album art, right?
Yeah, he's done. Yeah. So he's we got him some new software. He's going to be pretty involved with Sky Daddy from here on out. We got him some new software. It's called Synesthesia. He's going to be live manipulating his art over us as we play.
That's awesome.
And have we had our NFT talk yet? Like the crypto, that area of the crypto space?
Oh, I think it's time we do that now. Let's get into it.
The whole evening will be documented and released as like experience NFT packages. Like we're going to take photos from it, we're going to take videos from it, and like mint them and release them probably on OpenSea and see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really don't understand NFTs too much.
No one does. No one does.
It's kind of like
you don't have to if it's making you money.
Don't
question it.
Talking to crypto guys is like talking to like a quantum physicist who it's like the first thing you should understand is this doesn't make sense and we don't know how it works.
But we do it.
But it works.
I've made like I think a fifth or a fourth of my income exclusively in like the NFT flipping space this year.
Oh wow. Okay. Gotcha. It's just a world so foreign to me. Do you want to talk about drugs? Is that something?
I'd love to talk about drugs. Drugs is the freshly launched, well, it's not freshly, it came out like about June or May. It's a cryptocurrency that I'm a pretty big investor / holder in. And it's been pretty quiet on the front for the most part. But we're about to launch yield farming, which essentially what that is you can take a cryptocurrency, park it on a website, and get super high interest gains. Like a normal savings account is like what, like 2 to 5%, 0.5%. I don't know.
That.
Yeah, something like that. So these things on like the low end of the spectrum, you can park it and get like 800 to like 1500% interest on like whatever your staking is, because it's like decentralized finance. Like there's no regulatory rules. That being said, you got to be kind of careful. These are obviously people that I trust. I met them via the same spiritually heady podcast Discord that we all kind of banded together and attempted to make it a thing. The loose plan now, hopefully over the next few months, is eventually you will able to take your drugs, which that is what the ticker token is for the crypto. It's like $DRUGS, all capital letters. You're going to be able to take the drugs that you buy, park them in our drug farms, and earn either the LSD token or the MDMA token. Yeah.
So you can buy drugs, Alice.
Yep.
I've been definitely interested in that.
Finally.
Definitely interested in that, Michael.
Yeah, if you guys want to crash course in it, I can totally do that. It's one of those things that involves like several extra steps. Like it's a little bit more complicated than just like buying the crypto on like Coinbase or God forbid Robinhood. To anyone that's listening right now, if you have crypto on Robinhood, sell it. You don't really have it, so don't. You don't have it.
Robinhood wouldn't even let me join them.
That sucks. So you missed out on the whole GameStop debacle last year.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not. I don't worry about that too much. I worry about hard currency. I like metals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as you should.
And I just went to Schwab. I mean, I just got a Schwab. It doesn't charge you really anything on there either.
That's cool. I've got like a few stocks that I still believe in, but for the most part, I've given up and have. My portfolio is like 99.9% just like extremely dangerous cryptos.
Right.
We're out here, as they say.
We out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get with you to find out about investing in some of that, because
Yeah.
I've since the crypto thing started, I actually had people asking me to build miner machines for them. I mean, I understand how that works. I'd have guys ask me and offer to me, and they say, "Do you know anything about it?" And I'd be like, "I know enough about it to know it's too complicated to worry about the software side of it, but I know how to build one." And I used to get offered money to build them, and that was actually where the money was at first, because people would buy these machines for outrageous amounts of money and stick them in their closet, trying to mine Bitcoin until warehouse servers started running the shit.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about mining, just because like when it comes to mining, it's like, what are you going to mine? Like everyone's mining Bitcoin, like good for you.
Bitcoin's regulated by the SEC now, so it's not decentralized. What's the point?
No. Bitcoin is the old man in the corner that you're telling to be quiet and just like wait and just wait. That's what Bitcoin is. But for some reason, Bitcoin has control over the entire market, so it like is still what decides the price of everything else.
That might have to do something with now that it's traded on the open market and SEC
Yeah, no, that's 100% what's going on. Fuck it, whatever.
Hey, that's why I'd rather buy drugs.
Yeah, buy drugs. I hold way more Ethereum, Cardano, And totally, I'm not trying to turn this into crypto talk. I have people
Yeah,
that will
sorry.
watch this. No. I just know I have people that will watch this and roll their eyes at me because because that's like who I am and like some of the circles of friends I have. I'm just like the crazy crypto guy. Yeah, what's he doing next? Like that. Yeah.
And the Lord will come and he will bring fire and brimstone upon us.
I like quit all my jobs so that I would not have to be identified by my job. And then all of a sudden I'm identified as like the crypto person because that is how I chose to like make my income. So there's no escaping it. Don't quit your jobs. Give up on everything.
I know you're so much more than that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're not just the crypto guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're that too. But
It helps. It's kind of what's keeping Sky Daddy afloat right now. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you had me sold when I just saw the poster and I saw the bill. But now, I mean, I didn't even know about all the works you're pulling out for the show.
I in a perfect world, it would have been like clearly all on the flyer, but the flyer was so stylistic and cool that there's like not a lot of like proper wording. So there is description of it in like the actual event link description and like the Facebook event. Facebook events are dead. Can we talk about that? No one like that.
Facebook, yeah.
So,
That's not like a metric for like how to see if people are going to go or not. But it was pre-COVID.
That's a weird observation, but it's so accurate.
Yeah. Just because
they really did drop off.
In like the DIY event space, it was like, how am I going to know if people are coming or not?
Right.
And it's like, look at the Facebook event. Well, now like I've been to several shows over the last like several months that had no proper indication of what turnout was going to be, and they had like the Wrong Eagle show you came to, like we all thought that was kind of going to be a dud. We didn't know.
Oh man, yeah.
You said this show is it's coming up this Saturday, right?
Yep, Saturday. Doors are at 7.
It's a shame. I've been under the weather, so I'm not going to be able to get out to that.
Yeah, no, man. We're totally doing more. We're working on like a DJ and networking event in October. Then Flummox is playing again with Lines in the Sky on November 2nd at Exit In. We have a show booked at Exit In. Really excited about that. And then King Lazy Eye's single release show will be shortly after that. We're staying busy. We just like kind of wanted to wait a little bit before we found a thing to do and like kind of stamp our presence on the world, make our imprint,
That's cool. Speaking of Exit In, do you guys know anything like more recently about that whole thing? Like the last thing I heard was like a couple months ago.
I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm continually hopeful. I don't want it to go anywhere.
As far as I know, the Exit In owners still own the business and are in there. I am not actually sure if the purchase, I don't think that they were able to purchase it. They had more money than the original offer was, but they're kind of wondering, why would you not sell it for more money if the people that are buying it are telling us they're not going to tear it down anyway? So, but as far as I know, at least for now, I know they still own it and I know they're still running it, and that's all we can really hope for. I know the ordinances and everything had gotten passed, so all it really takes is somebody to come down there and buy stuff and sell it, and there's really nothing nobody can do, unfortunately.
Will be like, just buy it, just buy it and change it.
That Nashville real estate, though.
Oh, God, what a business to be in.
Yeah, no kidding. Did I ever show you? We were talking about tarot cards before. Did I ever show you this deck though?
Probably, maybe, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, you haven't even seen it, so how could you answer that?
That's true. Oh my God, that looks good.
Yeah, this is called the Deviant Moon deck.
I really like the art.
I feel like it's a very personal thing, but some people are like kind of like specific about how they do these kind of things. What is a tarot reading for you? Like how?
For me, because I do mostly personal ones, I've only done readings on other people like a handful of times. For me, it's just like an energetic check-in. For me, it's a daily energetic check-in. I've tried to like get to a point in my life where I wake up. The first thing I do is like write a page-long gratitude journal entry. I go outside, I meditate for 10 minutes, then I do yoga, then I come back in, then I do a tarot reading on myself, and then if I have a little bit of extra time, I do a hape ceremony, which I told you I was going to bring, and then I didn't, which is the shamanic jungle tobacco. Is a crazy string of words, but that's the most accurate way to describe it. Charlie was the one who gifted me my own caripe pipe to use. You like take it, you dip it in essentially the snuff, and then you like blow it into your own nose. Yeah.
When you asked me if you could bring over what was the words you used?
Hape.
Yeah, but what did you describe it as? It was
probably
you just
shamanic
said
jungle tobacco.
When you said shamanic jungle tobacco, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
But
the answer is yes. Yes, you can.
It's not a hard sell.
I was like, I don't know if this is literally true. This is like code for something way
You
different.
you don't by chance got any Yopo, do you?
No, I don't think I know what
that's a heavy duty snuff style DMT. It was made famous on Metalocalypse. Everybody thought it was a joke. They thought they made it up, but the video that they're showing them watch, I saw as a kid, and I know exactly what he's referencing. And it's actually it's a bark that's scraped and added into a powder, and the shaman inhales it, like they blow it into his face, and he falls down and goes into this DMT fucking wig out on the ground, foaming up. You know, he's all snotting and foaming, and all the dudes are chanting around him, and they say it's just insanely intense, but it's called Yopo. And a Metalocalypse brought it up. It's fucking hilarious. Break out the Yopo, man.
There's another type of plant that I just learned about that someone was telling me about 2 nights ago, but I can't remember the name of it. It's like something de Toro, but it's like sounds similar to that, but it seemed like, do you know if that experience was meant to be spiritual, or was it meant to like kind of like mess with the person, you know? Like,
as far as I know, when I saw it was like an old Nova or something, you know what I mean? Way back when I was a kid on Channel 8.
Yeah.
They were showing this tribe, and it was their shaman that was doing it. So
okay.
it was, and the dude fell out, and he was just laying there, and of course they're talking about, and now the shaman goes into his trance, and all the natives are like circling around him dancing, you know, while he's laying on the ground. Looks like he's having problems, but if you know what's going on, all the foam is just because it got blown in his face, and he's, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with in the process.
Right. You tripping too hard to wipe your face down. You know, I mean, let the man be.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
There's all kinds of mysteries out there. You never know.
When you talk about the tobacco snuff pipe, you know, blowing it back, that's what reminded me of that. I don't know too many people that do snuff.
There's like 2 ways you can do it. Like traditionally, the shaman like is the one or the person doing the ceremony for you, because Charlie did like a couple ceremonies for me, and that was like how I first experienced it. It's like a cool. It like hurts. It like kind of stings, and then like all of a sudden you're like the most centered and grounded you've been in like a long time. And in that moment, for me, it's like there's like chances for like small breakthroughs and like unhealthy mental patterns I have and things like that. So like first couple of ceremonies I had, it just brought me to tears, you know, like it's beautiful and cool. It's like immediately snapping out of like some serious heavy meditation for 30 minutes and then like turning around and talking to a therapist.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty healing and pretty crazy. Maybe in higher doses. I feel like the doses I did then are higher. The ones I've done lately are like a little bit more chill, I guess, because like, you know, I'm not trying to like sit in tears and think about my place in the universe for like 20 minutes before I go meet my boy for brunch, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I am, but not all.
Not every time. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. I've never even heard of that.
It's like the legality on it currently is like it's not illegal, but like it's being made harder to ship into the country because it is tobacco, and every state has like differing tobacco laws.
Okay.
And so that's making it difficult for the actual tribes themselves to like get it out. So yeah, last I heard, the only way I can get more of the kind I have now is to go to Costa Rica, which I would be down to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right. There's worse ways to.
You'd probably be tripped out to see how many plants and stuff they've started to make illegal in the past 20 years. They did it with lobelia, I believe. They started making lobelia. I don't know if it's completely illegal to have. I think it's illegal to grow it, or if you start to grow it. When the K whatever shit came out, the fake pot, that was being sprayed on the Damiana because you can smoke Damiana and it's real mild. And they started making that hard as shit to get. And a lot of these things, you know, people like us use not to spray shit on or not to do some shit. We actually use it for what it's there for. And that just makes it more difficult for us to get.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a shame. Government regulations.
There's like blue morning glory seeds. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that, like LSA. It's legal. And the thing is though, like you can pick it up at any like Dollar General or Home Depot or anything like that. And it's like you can get 50 or 100 for $1 or something. But they purposefully spray them with harmful pesticides.
Yeah, I've heard those are.
So you cannot take it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
If you grow morning glory, you can do the seeds, but morning glory is very volatile and very dangerous. It can kill you.
That's what I've heard. I've heard like that it can cause like heart issues and things like that.
LSA or
not morning glories, not LSA
seeds. It has the LSA in it, but I'm talking about the toxicity of it is very hard to judge. It's much like what is the little smoke that Don Juan smoked? Shit, I can't think of the name of it now, but it's like that too. The plant, certain plants, you know, you can find areas like in pot, you know, the bud has a concentrate. Some plants, the chemical you're getting is all through it. And if it's a plant that doesn't concentrate it somewhere, you never know. So people can take leaves that they would normally smoke or something and it be 10 times stronger than it was the last time. And they can overdose on shit. It used to happen in natives. You know, that's how they discovered all this shit.
Oh. Yeah. I've tried LSA a few different ways. Like with morning glories, I took a bunch of seeds, ground them up, put them in some applesauce or something. And
the old applesauce LSA.
You know. And it's no joke. You take 800 of those seeds, 600, 800 of those seeds. I mean, you're talking about a crazy hallucinogen.
Yeah. LSA trips are what? Like
there's a lot.
Depending on the strength. Yeah. I had a very powerful experience with Hawaiian Baby, either wood rose or rosewood. Yeah. I can never.
It's Hawaiian Baby. It's Hawaiian. Now I can't. It's Hawaiian Baby wood rose.
It's just Hawaiian Babies. You're just tripping off Hawaiian Babies.
You got to get that adrenochrome.
Oh no. But I've done those before, and that was probably one of the most profound experiences I've ever had. Still to this day. And I just thought my homie was like, I guess we'd had a conversation about it before, and I'd forgotten about it. And I was just like, yeah, man, I'm going to come down and hang with you. We're going to do this. I thought they were going to take like mushrooms or something. And like, I see them on the table, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. What are we doing? And he crushed them up and made them into a tea, like steeped it with a little peppermint oil. And I'll never forget, he's like, how many should we do? He was like, I feel like 7. He was like, I feel like 7's not enough. I feel like 9's too many. But also, I kind of want to do 10. I was like, let's do 8. I was like, 8's a number that makes me feel good. Let's do that. And like our trip was crazy because like we were peaking at intervals of each other, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like just one of us was on the threshold of like not being able to hang and just.
Isn't that crazy how that can happen even if you dose at the same time?
Yeah, no, like he at one point he was about to get in his car and leave because he was bored, and I was lying on the couch trying to piece myself back together because I hit 2 points during it where I had complete and total ego deaths. Where I had to like, I just like surfaced out of like some infinite light void and was lying there on the couch being like, all right, I have a guitar in my car. I play guitar. I am jamming with this person tomorrow. That's going to happen. I'm real. I'm here. Time will pass. And then the second one, I was wearing a Mario t-shirt and I was couch logged and I was like, okay, I'm wearing a video game character t-shirt. Mario saves a princess. Saving princesses is a trope that has existed through all of time, and I'm back.
Oh, and I'm a human being on Earth. Okay, all right.
Every single time, it was just like, okay, woo, we're back.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Word to the wise. I just wanted to say real quick. I did Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds once, and I think I took like 10. And
Bless you.
I learned the hard way that I'm allergic to Hawaiian baby woodrows. So if you ever do these things, Alice, take like one first to just see how your body reacts to it. Because I had a severe allergic reaction. Basically, I developed like flu-like symptoms. I was perfectly healthy. Took 10 of these seeds, and the next hour I started tripping balls, but I was also experiencing flu-like symptoms. My esophagus, not my throat, or not my windpipe, but my esophagus completely closed up to where I couldn't even like swallow spit. If that had happened to my throat, I would have died. But luckily, my breathing was completely unaffected.
Thank God.
Yeah, it freaked me out. I know it wasn't the seeds because I took it with someone else who took the exact same dose as me, and they were completely fine. I mean, they tripped balls, but they didn't have any negative side effects.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, just anytime you take a new substance, just take a small small dose to see how you react to it.
Yeah, there's no test kits for like.
And just because it hits your friend fine doesn't mean your body's going to react the same way to it.
And Alice, something that I learned as a young bunny dancing into the world of psychonosis.
We've all been there.
When something is available at the store over the counter without any regulation and just here you go, and people are like, it's amazing that you can get this effect off something that is not illegal and it's not yada yada, that's your first red flag.
Well, I mean,
if it's stable,
ones, you can't buy ones you can use at the store.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In general,
you have to get them from someone who grew them.
Right, but what I'm saying is
babies.
Yeah, you have to grow a Hawaiian baby.
Are they illegal to grow?
I don't think so.
Exactly, that's my point.
Okay. Well, I was just saying it's not something
when it's something I'm saying over the counter as in it's not legal and it's not.
I want to make it really clear to Alice really quick. Don't buy these things at the store.
No.
I don't think you can.
Well, hold on. You can buy like at Dollar General. You can buy like 100 blue morning glory seeds. Do not take those. They have pesticides on it. They'll hurt you. If you're ever going to do something like that, you have to get it from a source that it was grown and it didn't have that things. Go ahead, Neef. I just wanted to make that really clear.
But in general, to expound on that, there are so many things that are so much more powerful in the same realm that we do know about. Dancing around with stuff that's puts you on the verge of death, like morning glory and things like that. It's not really worth it to do just to go, oh, I'm going to go get that experience, when you can actually go get a more pure, better experience that you're looking for through.
I didn't know it was I didn't know it had such like harmful effects because I've done a ton of it.
I know most things that's what I'm saying. Most things that the government says, okay, sure, you can have it, will fucking kill you. I mean, we know that.
I think that's deep enough down the rabbit hole. So just that, that's like people don't normally do that. That's like heady dudes on subreddits being like, yo, this kind of worked. Who wants, I think it's like,
well, nowadays.
When
I was coming up, there was no internet. So
yeah.
I had books and I'd read this shit in books, and I wasn't the
only one. Is one of those things like salvia.
Yeah, I mean, I learned about DMT when I was a teenager in a book when a man was talking about how it existed in everything on the planet, that he was figuring out a way to derive it out of some yard grass that he had growing. And it wasn't very strong, but he did it. That's for my first learning of any of that shit. It just became more accessible and the info came out more available because of the net. And so then you have, it makes it a little more dangerous for people because then they just get this snippet of info and they're like, oh, cool, I'm going to go do that. And if they didn't actually sit down and read a book that's like breaking it down for you, saying this is what they can do this, but if you do it, you should do it like this. Certain things, there's certain things you can take or your metabolism affect it. Lactic acid is one of the things, certain types of acid. I've read that, you know, they'll tell you certain psychedelics like that, certain alkaloid bases, it's actually a good idea to take it with milk and nothing else. Then there's some that it is absolutely the worst fucking thing to take it with milk because it can fuck with your system. So, you know, it just has to do with doing heavy research, not just, oh, I'm going to go get it from this dude because yeah, you really got to research your stuff, Alice.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't do anything if you don't know what it is.
Rule number one. Rule number one.
That's probably a rule we've all broken. But you know, it's a good rule.
There was a time that I microdosed before Star Wars, and it was literally just being like, hey, I was like, I trust you.
Yeah. You know what? You got that look in your eye. You're a good guy.
Well, no. It was like a friend. Like I went with a friend.
Okay,
I did not just take them.
Oh yeah, that's the impression I was getting.
I'm not trying to go for the Jim Morrison school of rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that. We're not like that out here.
Everything in excess, man.
Not anymore, dude. Not in this market.
Hell yeah. Man, I'd be all about being like groovy and peace and loving and everything and giving and excessive, but I just can't afford that shit, man.
Yeah, no, man. No. Spiritually savvy capitalism. Hey. Like we're doing it, but like let's be real.
Right.
Neef, what was that Jim Morrison song that you showed me where he's talking about the natives?
Well, there's a Doors song that he's talking about. Oh, that's Peace Frog. Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Ghost cloud, a young child's fragile show mind.
Can we talk about how hard Peace Frog grooves? It's a good song.
Oh my God, it's such a fucking jam. Lyrically, it's damn. Mm-hmm. You know, the river runs red down the leg of the city. That's a fucking line, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
Harley in that is ridiculous too. Anyway.
What was it? Was it a Doors song that you showed me?
Okay. Yeah, but there's also American Prayer, which is Doors music put behind Jim doing poetry, and they do that part of Peace Frog, and then they go into him discussing.
So it was a part of Jim Morrison's poetry, and there was an accompaniment behind it. But basically, he's talking about when he was a little kid, and he's driving through, what was it, like Nevada?
He and his parents were driving. That's all he said. He didn't say where. He said he and his parents were driving through the desert, and they came across a truck that had gotten in a wreck that had been full of Native Americans, and they were scattered across the highway. And he says that he thinks that what he says is, you know, a child's head is like a flower floating in the breeze. And he goes, I think that, you know, all of these Indians out here that had just died traumatically, all their souls, all these spirits and souls are just running around freaking out. And I think a few of them jumped in. He goes, I think some of them, he doesn't say one. He says, I think some of them jumped into my soul because he's saying because he was a child, and children are so that open. And because nobody ever said he had Native American blood in it. Nobody really, you know, everybody kind of was like, Jim was son of some dude and this and that, but he really touched on that shit, you know? So, I mean, you know, that's debatable. I'm the Lizard King. I can do anything.
And then at the way he closes that, and he says, and they're still there.
Yeah. And they're still there.
So I mean, maybe he's talking poetically, maybe he's talking literally, but he's saying that,
It's probably both.
yeah, he's saying that some ghosts hopped into his body and they're still there.
I mean,
Which, I mean-
there's a certain level of ego when it comes to any successful artist like that, because you begin to question, especially 60s and shit, you know, back then, especially like, you know, a heartthrob like he was. You wonder if, and it's easily questionable if he was legitimately felt that way, if he was doing it because he was trying to be a good poet, both of those reasons, or neither of those, and he just thought it sounded fucking cool and he could get laid and make, you know, make a million. You know?
I mean, that's what's cool about the act of creation, right?
Yeah.
It's like the more you remove yourself from it, I think the purer the result. So like at the end of the day, whatever he did was whatever he did, and we can appreciate it however we appreciate it. You know,
Right.
is it some like cool poetry that's forever carved in the rock and roll pantheon? Totally. Is it also just some like bullshit that some dude who took a lot of drugs thought sounded cool? That's it too, you know? So
Right.
that's what's cool about the whole that's why, like, at least in my own writing, I don't like to come at anything with like a theme, you know, or like a predisposed idea. I literally wait for the melody to worm its way into my brain and tell me what the song is or what the words are. It's not fully channeling, but I don't feel like it's me. It is, but it's not.
You're familiar with Alex Gray.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's almost insulting to ask.
No. I just like I have a necklace that I bought from
Ooh.
Chaplain St. Mary's that I like. Yeah. That
oh.
like I normally
Like you
wear.
ordered it?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I have it. I have it. It's like tarnished because I've worn it too much.
I was like, when you said the Sacred Mirrors trade,
Yeah.
I thought maybe you went to the Entheon and got it that way or something.
No, there's going to be a pilgrimage here within the next year, probably.
Well,
but
let me know. I want to hop in your backpack because I want to make that pilgrimage to Mecca as well. So
I also want to go to the Meow Wolf in Las Vegas, Omega Mart. Have you seen this? Alex Gray has a giant interactive exhibit at the Meow Wolf in Las Vegas.
Whoa. Okay.
I want to do it.
That sounds awesome.
I'm going to do it.
I mean, everything he does is awesome. Oh, the reason I brought him up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that painting he did where the painting is a man at a canvas?
Yep,
Yeah.
with like the fire eye on the brush. Yeah. So I read his book that has the word art in it that I can't remember the name of. It's something like the Artist's Prayer or something like that. But essentially what it is the whole book is talking about how the entire nature of creativity exists to create a ray of divine inspiration all the way from God or whatever it is at the center of the universe as far outward as it can go. And anyone who feels called to participate in art, music, any type of creation is, in a sense, mimicking God, invoking God, and continuing this chain of divine inspiration for as long as time will allow us to go. And when I read that had a serious effect and impact on me, because that is very loosely how I felt about the whole thing. This is honestly as far back as I can remember.
Is that out of Sacred Mirrors?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It makes more sense than anything else at this point.
Well, it kind of makes more sense than us doing this ourselves, huh?
Yeah, and again, I don't want to. I think we're all already the same thing, doing things that we've been doing and will continue to do. Like any single moment like this has happened and will continue to happen, and we're just like flashing in and out of it at any moment.
He's got a few different books.
We're like limited to the vantage point of like this window, and we're just like moving forward. Yeah.
Maybe like conscious thoughts, like an illusion or something.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I feel like our experience is like limited to like our like lifetime is like one straight line that we're like dabbling in, and from our seat we can like hop timelines or hop whatever, like the you and I that we encounter the next time we do one of these, or when I see you at the show Saturday, it'll be very different versions of us, but we're still hung together by the loose thread of our narrative that we readapt to every single day when we
And I guess as long as you and I are both building ourselves individually, like as long as I'm working on myself and as long as you're working on ourselves, we're gonna run into the best parts of ourselves.
Yeah, and
We're
so
gonna be on
that's what we
Yeah.
want this to be. Is like, I would like to imagine this is the best version of me and this is the best version of you, and we've decided that we like to do things together, so we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And that's why I like music, because like the longer I've done music, the cooler people I meet. And that's like almost 100% why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I keep interacting with and meeting like some of the best people I've ever known. And like the common thread is like either they're musicians or they want to be involved in music, or now I'm trying to branch out into like the art community as well. And like, yeah, just it seems like anyone who creates has like a capacity to like maybe vibrate a little higher. I hate that sentence, but I'm going to say it. And just a better hang, better conversations about the universe. It seems like it's where my people are at. It seems like where my lost universal soul tribe could be at. So I'm just trying to like round everybody up and do something cool.
You were saying something earlier. Oh, would you like to hold the holy sage much?
Love. This is a monster. Look at this one.
Yeah, it's dummy thick.
That's how we like them.
But no, you were saying something earlier about like the reason you got Sky Daddy together, like make a place for these artists that you believe in that maybe there's not another place for it.
Yes, yeah. I like to use the phrase misfit club a lot, and I hope no one takes offense to that. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like,
I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted to touch on. Not for any wrong reasons, but I was just gonna say, like, so that's really important right now, and it's kind of similar, not exactly, but kind of similar to what I'm trying to do, to make a place where people can like express themselves.
Yeah,
like,
you want the platform of the creativity you dabble in or like interact with to feel like there's no boundaries or rules.
No gatekeeping. Yeah. And I feel
that's why we don't that's why we don't debate with people here. You know.
Yeah.
We really try to just and usually we're fortunate that we're fortunate to get guests that we can, I don't necessarily say always see eye to eye with, but they understand what's going on, so they don't come into it usually.
Well, I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't even think when it comes to like how I look at my friends, it doesn't even like how much we agree doesn't even factor in.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you and I didn't agree on hardly anything, then I still love you. You're still my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I was just gonna say real quick, the thing that like sort of the principle that keeps me and my friends like the idea that like we all kind of congregate around is like being willing to hear each other out and like not judging. You should judge someone if they have bad ideas. They've developed that idea that way. But I mean, you take the time, especially if it's your friend, you take the time to explain to them like what.
Yeah, it's about placement, respect, and love. I think an important thing to remember, and like how I like to operate, is like if you were doing something that I did not approve of, and I was like, "Hey, you idiot, here's what you're doing wrong." That has never worked in the history of human cognitive, like just like how we're programmed and how we develop. You either like show by example, and people want to see that, and they're like, "Hey, he looks like he's having a good time. What is that person doing? Maybe I could emulate that." Like, especially in this day of social media, this age of social media. Or you like love them or gently suggest or show. There does not need, if you throw negativity and attack on someone's belief, they're immediately going to get primal and like defend it. Like everyone everyone wakes up every day thinking they have like some type of grasp on what's going on. And the moment you like try and poke at that and shatter that, some people can get very defensive, and that's not a space to learn or adapt.
You hit the nail on the head, man.
There's really no you gain
I have-
nothing from doing that to people either. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? From that side of it, to go in at somebody, and you see that so often, especially on social media.
Oh, it's bad now,
Because
brother.
you can't express an opinion even in jest, because you can be absolutely demonized to the extent of, you know, losing your fucking job, you know, and it's really ridiculous. I mean, but that's why I'm so driven about, you know, open speech and open communication and being able to just say whatever you really want to say, you know.
There's always a line though, like in this creation of safe spaces, it's important to make sure that everyone feels safe no matter what. So
yeah.
like the conversation gets complicated at times. But,
so yeah, where I stand on it is like you should treat people with respect, and talk to them the way you would want to be talked to. And so the problem that with that mentality I have though is something you pointed out. The way I communicate things to people is exactly how you said not to. Is I'm like, hey, love you, man. This is what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
And that's how Neef talks to me, and that's how I talk to Neef.
Well, that's how we're expected to talk to each other.
But you make an excellent point that some people are not. I don't even want to like belittle them in any way, but maybe not emotionally prepared for that kind of forwardness. So I might not be trying to attack, but because it's so direct,
it's always going to be received as an attack.
You also have to, it's also an agreement. It has to do with an agreement, because you and I will talk to each other that way when it comes to production.
I mean, even at a friend level, if
right.
but
we both know each other well enough to know that, and you're not going to talk to somebody else that you know doesn't take things the same way. And I don't do that to other people the same way, because once again, it goes back to, like Michael was saying, everybody wakes up every day inside themselves, and people tend to forget, and that has to do with ego death. They tend to forget that you are exactly as individual as whoever the fuck you're pointing at. You know what I mean? So what's going on in you is the exact same thing going on in them. So when the communication is jacked up, it's jacked up on both sides, you know. And at that point, it doesn't matter who did what, where. It's just you're going nowhere with it.
Then you're trying to balance hurt feelings and like reaffirm your ego, because like again, and I'm super hella guilty of this, like if I try to be open to any kind of chance to better myself, but I am also human, and so any, you know, like as soon as you like respond to that, like, yo dog, you're doing this wrong, or like, yo dog, I don't like that, it's like you're defending more than the thing in question. Sometimes it feels like you're defending yourself and your honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's it. And that's like, to take that to the extreme. Like I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, you know that. And Alice knows that. Alice is done hearing about it. But anyway, I could write a novel. But the point I'm getting at, like, it took me a long time, even after I had left all that, to understand, like, because a lot of these people, like, a lot of the wise men in the church I went to are a lot more intelligent and wise than I am. So why are they not seeing the flaws? Why are they not seeing the issues that I see? And it was years after I left that I finally understood it's because they were there so long.
Yeah,
because like it's all they know, and it's when you have something.
They didn't want to know anything else.
To you, if you believe something for so long, let's say you have an idea that you hold as you have an idea that you're religious about, and you hold that idea, and not only do you hold that idea, but you preach it to other people. You tell other people this is it. You do that for 10, 20, 30 years. Someone changes your mind. It takes a lot of humility to swallow what you've said and go to everybody and say, hey, I was wrong. So when I left all that, I made a promise to myself that I would never have attachment to my ideas. I would never identify myself with ideas that I hold. The only idea that I identify with now is open-mindedness and having my mind willing to be changed. That's the only idea that I'm concrete about.
Yeah, it seems like the safest space to grow.
And that was kind of a rant, but
No, it's your
Well,
truth.
I actually since we touched on that, and you've been doing more production here lately, I assume, Michael. You've been doing more engineering production with other people, right?
I mean, I believe in outsourcing.
Right.
I wake up every day and I outsource.
Right.
I'm kind of more
I didn't know
on.
if you were. I'm assuming you were. I was thinking that you because I
Yeah,
know you
no,
make
I mean,
music. I know you produce your own music a lot.
I mean, I like to like producing in the sense of like sitting in the room and being like, I like that. I don't like that.
Right.
My knowledge and scope of like the hard ends of that is not very up there. But I do, like I said, believe in outsourcing, and I like collaboration. I like
Right.
bringing in people who feel like that is their strong suits.
Right.
So
That's good. I was mainly trying to touch on the idea that you're talking about with, like pulling yourself out of yourself, because I run into a lot of this now because I'm doing so much. I virtually don't, all of my stuff of my own is pretty much been written, and I'm waiting to have it. I got somebody that's going to produce it and what have you.
Right.
But because I don't want to produce my own stuff, but I do hip hop production. I do a lot of production with other artists. And a lot of it is development production. And so you run into this comfort level thing where you have to make the artist feel like it's okay for them to tell you they don't like something. I have a guy tell me, that bass line's too busy, and they're kind of mousy about it at first. And I'm like, fine, and I'll pull it off. 20 years ago in my studio, somebody would have told me that. I'd been like, dude, why don't you, and probably sat and tried to argue with him about why. Well, that's, fine. And he, but now it's about
that's
the
why
product.
that's why Neef and I get along so well on a production level.
Right.
Is you can be like, hey Neef, I don't like this. Right. And then he vice versa, he can be like, Alex, that doesn't look so good, don't do that.
And I'm just like, okay. We both understand that it ain't going, dude, blah, 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 blah. It's just, hey man, we're trying to make the show better. And as a producer, that's really what I tell a lot of people, because producers get a bad name. They get the name of, I just sit there and go, this sucks and that, which kind of is what you do. But a lot of producers aren't engineers.
It's a word that's a vehicle for a variety of roles. What a rap producer and what a rock producer do, two completely different things. So again, it's just a label and a character to play. And the important thing is, like, I think the most important thing a producer can do is like sit in the room with everyone else, feel out the egos, and know what to do and what not to do. I will say I psychologically produce to a certain extent and make sure, individual parts are getting along, and that I think it's very important to make the artist feel like safe at home, and particularly in the case of actually every instrument, if there's a small dip in the ego that day and that person doesn't feel good about what they're doing, the whole performance is compromised.
Absolutely.
They to a certain extent, music is character acting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I've turned down or I've gone in to do guitar lead sessions, for people, and literally played a few times, and it wasn't that I didn't think what I was playing was good. It's just that I wasn't doing it for the track. Right. And they'd look at me blown away because I'd be like, I'm not worried about this, y'all. I don't. And they're like, because they're too used to people just, you call me down here to do this. I'm determined I'm going to be on this because I have to be on this because yada, yada, yada. And it's like, look, I want to make the song good. I don't want to be the one that ruined the damn song.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch it happen all the time with a lot of songwriters when I was coming up, and they go into these yo cats that had their production and they would basically get label money. And that's a producer's job initially is, I think this is one of the first things I discussed on Rabbit Hole way back when, was it initially is the connection between the label and the band and the engineer. because a lot of times your producer wasn't an engineer. And then you run into producers that aren't musicians or engineers, and that's kind of weird. That's when you have a label guy that's going, this guy, all right, guys, this stuff isn't very marketable. And that's not cool, unless you're a band that wants to be marketable. If you're a band that wants to be marketable, that's what you do. You find a dude that's like, guys, we got it out. And that's, that ain't what I'm into. I'm into artist development as production, to where I get them in and they're not used to being in studios. They're not used to hearing themselves on headphones. They're not used to being able to be like, oh my God, you can do that to the track, And
yeah, that's a very cool space to be in when you're the person who kind of makes it a little bit more real for them. You know what I mean? Which is kind of what I'm trying to do. I want to work with established artists, but I'm also on the lookout for people who I believe in that might need like pushes in the right direction. Like, yo, you're really good, but I don't think you're playing the level of shows you should be. Let me see if I can book you some better gigs.
Right.
Yo, you're really good. Your recordings don't sound good. Come talk to my people. Let's see what we can do.
And that's in essence what a label's supposed to do. A good company, it's what you're supposed to do, develop your artist, help them sell and make the best art they can.
Which we are signing people, but I'm also trying to be like a one-stop shop just for people that need things that's on like a contract by contract basis. Like you want shirts, you want some recordings, you want some shows booked, like let's talk. Like I feel like there's money to be made there and I want to help. And it's obviously kind of want to be a little pick and choosy about who I work with, but like again, I'm trying to open and level the playing field a little bit, and like again, give everyone a safe space to create and grow in. That's it. That's all Sky Daddy is at the end of the day.
Speaking of merch, not that I'm rolling these out anytime soon or anything, but did I show you?
Oh yeah, I love that so much, dude. I love it. Love it.
Never mind the CBD on the plate, Alice, but there's a custom-made rolling tray someone made for me. Yeah, it was a gift.
Possibly to be available soon.
Possibly. We'll see. We plan on rolling some stuff out pretty soon, Alice, so you can get that rabbit hole drip.
Merch is
rolling some stuff out.
I would actually be kind of interested in seeing where you guys got those from, because I know someone who might benefit from something in that style. It'd be a cool piece of merch to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It looks great. Yeah.
I have been kind of I haven't been in contact with this person directly. Another person has been in contact with this person more recently.
It's a friend of a friend that you have to send a carrier pigeon to. 2 days. Yeah, I got you.
But we were talking about like maybe ordering like a whole bunch.
Yep.
And like
bulk orders are normally where it's at.
So that might be something that I'll keep you posted. So maybe you can pass that pigeon on to your friend.
Yeah, or I mean, hell, I want Sky Daddy ashtrays. I want stuff for us too. Yeah.
Oh man, I had I was talking to Anthony Douglas from Beyond here the other day. We were just talking merch ideas, and we were talking about just tossing things at the wall. And one of the best merch ideas I've ever seen. There was a band, Old Man Oblivion. Unfortunately, they're not around anymore. But
I heard that name a lot.
Yeah, I went to one of their shows at East Room, and they had lighters with they're just like cheap lighters, but with like a bottle cap opener attached.
Find you a man that can do both.
I bought me like 5 because I'm like, this is dope as hell, and I can give these out. And like they're lighters, so they're not super expensive or anything. So I mean, I feel like that's a great little merch idea. Yeah. You've had some fabulous merch ideas, fanny packs.
That's all Todd. I will not take.
Well, Todd has.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah, all the Wrong Eagle merch is Todd. Todd does a great job with that. At least it'll never fail. Like we'll just like kind of all be in a slump, not moving forward, and Todd will randomly have like a really good merch idea. And
Sky blue fanny packs.
Yeah, it's good. We've got the fanny packs. We've got sunglasses now. Beanies will hopefully be in fashion again as it gets colder.
I'm gonna have to give me some of that Wrong Eagle drip.
Yeah, please do.
I'm all about the beanies, man.
Great.
I never saw myself getting a fanny pack, but when I saw them, I was like, maybe I'm a fanny pack guy.
You really can't say no. They're
I mean,
back in.
yeah, people try to dog on them back in the day, but I mean, what are you dogging on? I mean, it's extra pocket space.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. Maybe I feel like, okay, maybe let me know what you guys think about this. I think part of the stigmatism about fanny pack is the name. I feel like
because you don't put it on your fanny, do you?
Well, we used to call them hip packs when they first came out, because you literally kept them on the side, and we used them in skateboarding because usually you couldn't keep shit in your pockets; it'd fly out. Or some of the skate pants didn't have pockets.
I'm a fanny proponent.
So we had them on our hip. We always called them hip packs. And then when people started calling them fanny packs, I think it was like a brand thing. We were like, it's not a fanny pack, dude. It's a hip pack. Of course.
You're stealing our word.
That's our word. Yeah. So, I mean, I thought it was like anything else. If it looks goofy, like it's a goofy color that doesn't match you or what you're wearing, yeah, it's gonna look not right. But people just jealous that you got a larger inventory.
100%. You have reached the upgrade spot in your quest, and they have not.
Right, and that's what it is.
They don't know where to find that vendor. They don't know where to get the heart pieces to get that. They're shit out of luck.
Right. Like, why you got that on? What, you didn't pass that quest? I hate it.
Every other player in town is wearing that armor except you. It's like, oh shit.
I exclusively fill my fanny pack with pocket sand just to throw in the eyes of my enemies at all times.
Good to know.
Keep them blank. Yeah. There's a reason I don't wear my fanny pack here. I feel safe here.
Okay. Well, that's a deadly weapon, so I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. With great power comes great responsibility. Buy a fanny pack.
So, while I'm thinking about it, I want to just bring out, we had Big Gorgeous on the show about, when was that? About 6 weeks ago, something like that? Maybe a little bit longer.
Look, was it that long ago? I don't know. Time's been flying. I've been on a fever dream.
Anyway, we had Big Gorgeous on. They're fucking cool. And I happened to see that they're coming into town.
We hooked it up. You hit me up about them, and I obviously wanted to help, but I was a little busy. And then it came up in Blam Blams practice that they'd messaged us, and I was like, wait, okay, surely we should help these people out. We got them at East Room with Blam Blams and Pepper Said.
Nice.
For our first ever Glam Church.
Tell me about Glam Church.
Glam Church will be a very special glittery affair in which we will worship Glam God. And really, there's just got to see it to believe it. September 26th at the East Room.
I'm going to be spending
show date.
I'm going to be spending a lot of time at East Room.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing. That's a great thing.
No, we love East Room. We love Taylor Cole. We love everyone there. It's a good spot.
Yeah. No, so many memories there. It's a historic place for real.
Well, some of mine are fuzzy, but mostly memories.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Ever since I started serving liquor, things have been different.
So things a little different around here.
Yeah.
This place always look like this.
I don't remember that column.
This place has an upstairs?
It do.
Earlier when I brought up tarot cards and I was asking you about your really what I was trying to get at is like how do you do like a 3-card spread? Like how-
I do now. Sometimes they'll accidentally turn into 4-card spreads if one flies out, or if the other day I had one left in the box accidentally, and I was like, you still want to play, don't you? You still deserve to be here. But yeah, no, I was doing 1-card readings, but now I've been doing 3 just to because every time I do a reading, I'm trying to get like an energetic flash, but I'm also like more often than not just trying to still learn my deck and learn learn what it is trying to say and how I feel about it and my relationship with it. Yeah, mostly it's just like a chance at like getting an energetic reflection on myself and like probably how I'm feeling. I know that because my past few readings have had like feelings of anxiety and uneasiness at the corner of them, and I'm like, you're right. It's kind of weird. Yeah,
I got you. So do you strive towards like a specific subject, or do you strive towards like what's my future or what?
Oh, I do not ask anything at this point.
Okay, so
I'm like, what are we doing? How are we feeling?
Okay, got it.
I'm keeping it loose until I really build my relationship in which I feel more comfortable asking questions on my own. I don't necessarily care for the like future prying aspects of it. I'm just looking for like quick universal messages that I can touch and go on.
Okay.
I have done readings for people that were future based, and most of those felt pretty cool. One in particular kind of felt pretty magical. That was one that was like in person. I did the sage burning and everything. We lit candles. The other two were a little rushed and over Instagram, I think. But yeah, I feel like much like chaos magic, as we've talked about, it's kind of whatever you want it to be.
Right. Yeah. It's an oracular tool that you can use for whatever.
This one's a little different though, because unlike some areas of chaos magic that you can pick up, you are dealing with like a system of like symbols and like
archetypes much older than yourself.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they resonate with you. It's like genetic or in your DNA or something.
That I've listened to a couple tarot people that have said like the most you can do for yourself is just like staring at your cards and see how it makes you feel. And to a certain extent, I believe that's true. I also do like hand holding and help in my definition seeking.
Mm-hmm.
So normally I'll have the card and I'll pick up a wide variety of possible definitions and I'll just kind of lean into the one that resonates with me.
Yeah, unless I know a card really well,
yeah.
I usually just have a little pamphlet or I'll Google it or something.
Yeah.
Do you feel like reading some cards?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So I think what would be cool, maybe if we did like I'll pull one for me and I'll pull one for you, and then you pull one for me and then you pull one for you.
Sounds great.
Cool.
Sounds great.
So this is a trick my friend Carrie Kraft taught me a few years back. I used to like splay.
Mm-hmm.
Like splay the cards out like this. But a neat trick, I've started calling it the magician's shuffle, but basically it's a simple thing, but I mean, instead of splaying, I just do this until one pops out.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
So I'll just kind of sloppily shuffle until one of these cards pops out at me. And we'll this card will be for me. Yeah, it's funny, like with something like this, you almost like want to be more clumsy. And it's like, damn it,
oh no,
this is taking too long.
Oh, this spilled everywhere. How clumsy of me. Now I have to bend over and pick up my tarot card.
Damn you, steady hands.
I'm too talented. My nerves are solid as steel.
This is called the Deviant Moon deck. I'll show you some of the cards here in a minute, Alice.
They're really pretty, rest assured. I dig them. It's like just dark enough. It's like, I'm very particular about the aesthetics of my tarot cards. There we go. Hey, it looks like two popped out.
We got a chonker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm deciding to this is going to be my card.
Yeah.
Okay, we got reverse temperance.
Ooh.
Okay.
How does it make you feel?
Foreboding. Pretty familiar with temperance. I can make some assumptions as to what the reverse meaning would be, but whenever I look them up, I'm often wrong. So
I feel that I don't get a lot of major arcana.
really,
Surprise! Thankfully, the major arcana I think I've drawn the most is the Magician, which makes me feel good, right?
yeah. I don't know. Well, let me look this up, but I have something to say about the Magician. Okay, Temperance is 14. Okay, reverse meaning, conflict, bad combinations, discord, excess. Well, I mean, this is a good combination.
Yeah.
So
you've been living too large lately? Or are you about to?
Maybe I just need to take inventory of like situations I'm in, you know?
That's fair.
Like we have all kinds of relationships in life. We have work relationships, we have friendships, you know.
We have the relationship to the self.
Yeah. That's kind of the meaning I get out of that is, yeah, maybe just take inventory of my life, you know. Maybe it's sometimes we try to be people pleasers too much. And it's like sometimes you just need to do what's best for you.
I am aware of that feeling. Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up on.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I'll show this to you real quick, guys. So here's the oh shit, that's not doing you any good. Let's see here. Oh no, where'd you go? Okay, there we go.
Yay!
That scared me for a second. Okay.
All was lost.
There's Temperance from the Deviant Moon deck. But I got it reversed, so.
So it's like that, but the opposite.
You know. Oh, damn it. I really need to get my computer fixed so I don't have to deal with this bullshit.
It's okay. What's wrong with your computer?
Well, it crapped out of me. I got to get a new one. When I say get it fixed, I mean I need to get a new computer.
I need to fix it with a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really mean I need to fix my computer problem. Meaning that I don't have one.
Fix the lack of a computer in my life.
Yeah. What's wrong with your computer? I don't have one.
I need to upgrade it from being not existent.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this before, but the way I kind of interpret the major arcana, you know, the first arcana is the Fool, number 0.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just kind of an intuitive thing that I think I just kind of picked up on. And
That is probably true. No, honestly.
But you know, what greater fool is there than like a baby, you know? Especially in that context.
We hate babies.
We hate baby. No.
But not the Hawaiian ones.
I mean, the Fool isn't really a negative card when you pull it. It just
Yeah.
means new beginnings, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a great representation is, I mean, what it, shit. In that.
My card's in there.
Yeah. It wanted you. So before the cards left out at me. Also, Alice, before you got here, Michael and I were just talking and yeah, something just like fell over. So that was cool.
There is a presence in the room that wishes to be acknowledged, and we may or may not acknowledge.
And I wish I said this at the outset, but stay tuned to the end because we're gonna try and reach out to some spirits. Here in
If
a
you've
little bit.
hung on this long, this is your reward.
Yeah. Oh, but the Magician. So like, okay, so the Fool, that's a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they're thrust in this world not knowing anything. You know, I mean, we can debate whether maybe they know everything and then they lose that knowledge or something. But contextually,
reincarnation.
Yeah, contextually, a baby doesn't know anything. You have to teach it. So I feel like that's the Fool. And then so the Magician, or you know, sometimes it's stylized as the Alchemist, is man or woman. It is the individual. It's persona.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just you confronting the world. And I think Magician is a conceptualization of that because you're manipulating reality and the elements and using magic to confront the rest of the arcana. So as the magician, you come through these phases of you encounter high priestess, you encounter the tower and strength. And these are phases you go through until you reach judgment, which to me conceptualizes death or the afterlife, which ironically there is a major arcana of death. But like the devil, it's not so simple as death exactly necessarily. I think judgment is a better representation of this because it's the second to final arcana.
Well, yeah, and that also makes sense to a certain extent because like I don't know what it's like to die. At least I don't think I don't. But I imagine in your final moments, you're probably kind of mulling over everything you've ever done that you can remember, probably.
Yeah, in judgment
so
of yourself.
I feel like, that's what it means to me. It's like totally judgment of the self.
Yeah, take Anubis weighing your heart against a feather out of it. You can just take it almost that way, where it's like,
no, I'll do that for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then you have judgment, and then after judgment is the final arcana or final major arcana, the world. So yeah. So I think the world is kind of you get what you deserve. So after judgment, you get exactly what's coming to you, whether that's good or bad.
Best friends mean to pull the trigger. Best friends mean to get what you deserve.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to. Oh God, how am I going to sing a song I can barely? I'm pretty sure it's Taking Back Sunday. Pretty sure it's Taking Back Sunday.
I think you're right.
Sorry, internet. I don't know a whole lot about a whole lot. I have approximate knowledge of many things.
No, but yeah, that's kind of my take on it. Is it's describing basically well, they call it the hero's journey. You know, that's what the major arcana is, and there's your card.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's the hero's journey. It's your journey from adolescence into adulthood, and then all the challenges you face throughout life, and then death, and then whatever you reap from reaping whatever you sowed. So, all right. Well, we got da-da-da. Ooh, we have 5 of Swords.
I feel like this might have to do with letting go of something. The closing of swords, normally Ace of Swords is like new opportunity, rising to the challenge, new things. I don't know. I can't remember what 5 is in the journey of what swords energy represents. But I mean, we have a white flag here. We have what looks like a figure looking back. So I don't know if that means we've done the conquering here, or if this is like a look back and let go of something that is lost. That's kind of perhaps a too literal interpretation, but that's where we're at right now with how I feel about it.
Very nice. One thing I noticed, I don't really know what this means exactly, but this is the Deviant Moon deck, so every character in the deck is a moon.
Right. Okay.
But they also have the moon.
Yeah.
The actual moon in the background in this one.
Is that not a common occurrence?
Well, now I'm wondering. Let me kind of just let's see.
Further investigation required.
Oh, maybe it is in all of them. Oh, yeah, no, it's in all of them.
Okay. You noticed it more here.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's kind of because like this, they're almost looking at each other, you know? Yeah. Very cool. I'll show that to Alice real quick. That's 5 of Swords. Upright.
I love upright cards. I've like my deck is in a situation where I've had like literally half of it like has just become reversed. And I don't know. Tarot readers reach out to me. I don't know if it's my job to flip them back, if I should let it keep. Normally what I do is if I end or start on a reverse card, I'll just flip my deck in the opposite direction for next time. And then every time I have a reverse card at some point, I'll flip it back and just the cycle continues. I don't know if I'm messing with fate. I don't know.
I mean, like we were discussing, there's no wrong or right with it, you know.
What is your book say
yeah.
about our predicament?
Why don't you read it?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me see what sticks. A foreign soldier has entered the city. He shows no respect to the king and dishonors him with his tactics. It is impossible to win against such a foe, so it is best not to fight for now. Gloating over his victory, the soldier collects the 5 swords surrendered to him. A cheat, dishonorable victory, unfair tactics, a cruel person who enjoys the suffering of others, a braggart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm wondering, something I have trouble discerning is like, again, if we want to get into like the present versus future argument, is like, is it saying that that's something I need to grapple with? Is that saying that there's someone in my immediate vicinity who I need to pay attention to?
Sort of the problem with not setting parameters on it
Yeah.
is you're leaving it open to a lot of vagueness.
Yeah, which is what makes me more comfortable, because the more vague it is, the easier I can weasel my way into a positive method.
Yeah, like maybe you don't want to ask too direct of a question or something.
Mm-hmm. I think if I'm being completely candid, I think this might have something to do with my relationship with my current situation. A somewhat imposter syndrome as to the things that have been going better in my life than not lately. I think this is representative of an internal struggle I'm having with accepting the good that comes in as good. I think this is kind of a relationship with self statement.
That's a nice reflection.
Yeah.
It's very like, I love that I'm surrounded by people that can do that with themselves.
Yeah.
That can have that kind of humility to reach such a conclusion.
Yeah, the way I can look at it is like, out of all of the possible ways this can go, is like, is there someone who's in my camp now that I need to look out for, who might have won something or is doing something that could be considered dishonorable? I don't think so. I like to think I've got a good radar on people. Or none of the darkness that this card could present really resonates with me, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay, gotcha. Do you want to pull some cards?
Yeah.
Cool. Just whatever order you want to do it, like.
These are big. I don't have big cards very often.
It's so big for my hands.
Oh, it's so big. Oh my God.
I can barely hold all of it.
I really can't.
Oops, it's gonna slip out of my hands.
All right, this one made my brain tingle. This is you. Ooh. We have the upside down 5 of Cups.
All reversed for me.
Yeah. I've been there, brother. I have been there. I'm going to turn it upside so I can think about what's going on.
Good news is upside looks not so good.
Yeah, so maybe the opposite of that. All right, we have some spilled cups, a rose. Someone's not listening to what obviously looks like they're being scolded. So if we reverse that energy, we have maybe potentially not acknowledging a recent loss of something, be it financial, friend, or something or other. Maybe since it is reversed, it means you are open.
Yeah,
to
like
hearing
open-mindedness.
something.
Or something?
Yeah. Maybe
That's kind of what I was thinking, because it was reversed.
Yeah.
Because like upright, he's got his ears plugged, and like, so I was thinking, like, so reversed, it might be, I don't know, more open.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Show Alice real quick. There's the upright. It's looks like a kid getting scolded, and he's got his ears plugged, and it looks like he spilled a bunch of shit. Oh, maybe he's drunk also. I didn't consider that.
Oh, it is wine. It is wine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got it reversed, so maybe that's a little bit better. Hopefully. Let's get some guidance. What was that? 5 of Cups. Where are cups at?
They're in the pantry.
Oh,
There we go.
5 of Cups.
The wretched shrew berates her husband over the 3 spilled cups, the contents of which empty slowly onto the floor. I like that these have a story. A rose lies in remembrance of the romance that once flourished here. I forgot about the romance. Cups have relationship energy in them sometimes, don't they? That's a thing. The cups still stand upright, for in one spot of the wall that has come between man and wife, some hope for them still remains. New relationships, return of a past friend. Look who's here. I have returned. I am the friend from your past. No, that's reverse. Reverse is pretty chill.
New relationships.
Yeah.
Return of a past friend.
Yeah. Here we are. Here we are.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! All right. On today's episode of Wholesome Tarot Time.
Good thing it's wholesome.
I was shuffling these while you were looking into that, and this was the one that made my brain tingle.
Okay.
Or one of them. I let one go through. There's a different timeline where I pulled that card.
Gotcha.
We're gonna see what this one says. This one's also upside down,
and it's also
cups. Yeah. Oh no, there is an artist. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. The painting. Cups are stacked. Barefoot. He's drawing a portrait of someone. You can't see the person he's drawing a portrait of.
Okay. So you think that's that person?
Oh wait, there's another person hiding in the back watching. See that?
Oh,
This one doesn't have like a moon hanging out either.
Oh shit, you're right.
I'm gonna say this might have something to like maybe losing sight of what I'm doing in art, or perhaps ignoring something that's in front of me. Something like that. Maybe. Yeah. Let's find out.
What was that, 7?
7 of Cups.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. 7 of Cups position in the artist's studio where he struggles to depict them on campus. Relying on his subconscious rather than reality, he interprets his subject with imagination and skill. Oh shit. Okay, this is cooler than I thought. Reversed meaning realistic goals, looking for hard facts, and believing what you can see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
As someone who spends a lot of time in like the heady exploratory space and tends to be a dreamer at times, it's nice to be reminded that maybe I'm kind of practical now. Hopefully.
Speaking of practicality and believing only what you can see, why are we upside down now?
If I had a nickel.
Where are we going though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for our intro song. I'm sure it's said that a million times, but yeah.
I haven't made a beat in so long. I need to do that again.
If you didn't know, Alice, the song you hear every time you're coming through the wormhole, that was this guy. He did that.
So
okay, we're upright again. I don't know why that happened. So let's see. Let me think here. I bet there's a way I can set this up where Alice can see what we're doing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this right here.
Look in your mind's eye.
Like, yeah.
Are we doing the singing bowl before the
Yeah.
thing?
Play with that while I'm setting this up. It works better if it's on a steady surface. There you go. Well, so that.
Am I supposed to rotate it until it makes a noise?
You actually have to cling it. When I bought it, I thought it was actually one of those ones you ring to, like right around the corner. But it's actually one you like.
Yeah. Am I using the right side?
Yeah, it's like this.
Okay.
And I got this in here, so you can make it clear. I like that sometimes, but make it clearer sound.
The pitch comforts me. I wonder what it is. What's up, Neef?
What up? I have returned.
Welcome back.
Trying to find out what that is. You're hitting it.
It is this what
No,
kind
I'm
of
not
bowl?
talking about what tone. You're just saying.
Oh yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking. I have approximate pitch. I do not have perfect
Right.
pitch. I know when the note I'm playing is wrong, but I don't know how wrong.
Okay.
That is a B.
B. As in we a couple of bad bitches. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
B for bell or bowl.
B for bold. Live Moss. Taco Bell.
I'm trying to set this up in such a way that you and Alice can see what we're doing, Neef. Let's see here.
Now for the part we've all been waiting for.
So let's get it that way.
I just want everyone to know that like when he set this board out and like when I walked in, I literally just like couldn't look away.
He
I was
won't.
like,
Yeah.
so I was like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. So. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Here, it's happening.
How's that? Can't really see the letters this way. Damn it. We need at some point, Neep, we'll get like a overhead. That'd be cool. Like an overhead camera.
Well,
Dude, just have a drone from it. Just do drone evocation.
if I weren't locked up in the satellite right now, we'd be able to do it here pretty easily. But you know.
Are you in space?
Yeah.
Damn.
But I'm confined to the satellite because I've been pretty much.
I thought
on the
only
floor
billionaires
for a
went
day.
there.
Yeah,
He's
right.
got his own penis rocket.
No, I'm stuck here. I didn't come
Oh,
here.
okay.
I'm stuck here.
Okay.
So,
I feel that.
Yep. But yeah, no. Whenever Alex can get back over this way, whenever I can allow anybody onto the satellite again, because I've been a little ill. So
Making ill beats.
I hope I'm debating whether or not I should be making beats while I'm fevered. I'll have to let you hear some of them later on, Alex, and you can tell me.
So good.
Dude, I fucking love
my
Invincible.
God.
I was actually going to ask you if you've watched it.
Oh,
No, you
yeah.
recommended it to me. That's
Oh,
right.
Word. Cool.
You're the one who
cool.
told me about it.
Cool. Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
that
That looks pretty good from there. You might want to maybe
Okay,
just slide it back toward the. Yeah. That's
lean
what's-
on that.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
All right. Let's do this. So,
let me mute out.
Neef. Well, actually,
What's it?
well, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you're here too, so you're part of this experience.
Watch.
What should we talk to? Should we just reach out?
I want
mean-
to make a friend. I don't want.
Right.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
So, is there like any spirits or characters or archetypes you can think of that remind you of that friendly kind of vibe that you would like to speak to?
Like archetypally established things, fictional things.
Yeah. Just who comes to mind when you think of that friendly?
I'm looking for someone in between Casper, and Jake the dog from Adventure Time.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone who's sweet, but also a little reality bending.
Okay,
And has the voice of Bender.
That mainly that has the voice of Bender.
Are you familiar with Stolas?
Like the band?
Like that owl demon.
No.
Stolas is one of the names in the Lesser Key of Solomon. It's
Okay.
he is like he's an owl, first of all.
Yeah.
And he is the great teacher. He's like the magician's like first, the one who he opens doors to other people for you, and also gives you an introduction level view on things. He's supposed to be like the beginners.
I like that because I've always been, I hope I'm not making this up. I feel like I've been like minorly interested in owls over the years. I'm playing at a brewery that's always been on my mind called Cross-Eyed Owl for the first time in October. And there was a brief period of time when I lived at a house that got frequent owl visits, but I was annoyed because I could never see them in action. It would always be like the people around me being like, look, there's an owl. And me being like, damn, I missed it. And I was always like, I just want to see this owl. Like, I just want to see owls in the wild. I love them. So
Yeah,
that's
on an odd related history of Neef note, the name of my very first actual band was the Night Owl.
Cool.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so okay, well we'll talk to Stolas. There's a little thing I like to do before this, a little ritual.
Yeah.
And just kind of start the gnosis and get in the right kind of headspace.
Yeah.
So and we can trim this out if it gets too boring, but basically try and empty your mind, and I'll do the same thing. And then so yeah, so like start with your eyes closed, and then like look at me and try and like hold eye contact and empty your mind, don't think thought. And then once we're comfortable there, look here into his eye.
Okay.
And then because like I feel like that's a good way to build up to it, because if we can get to the point where we're looking at each other, we're not cracking a smile, we're not, then we're at a point where we can, okay,
cool.
So whenever you feel ready, I just want to put those two fingers very lightly on the planchet. Just barely on there at all, but connected to it.
Before I ask anything, I kind of just like to let the connection build a little more. And as we discussed earlier, but I don't think Alice heard us, this is an invoking board. It's a little different than the regular Ouija board. This is a more open communication.
Because of the geometry.
Yes. It may communicate through letters on the board, or you may get vibes like intuitive, kind of like telekinetic or telepathic sort of. Stolas, we would like to speak to Stolas. Please come forward and talk to us. We'd like to learn from you. Are you there? If you're there, please speak to us. Okay. Is there anyone here? A. Hello. What is your name? Or I'm sorry, that's rude. My name's Alex.
Hi, my name's Michael.
What's your name? A. R. A. P. Y. Hello. Is that Arapi? Is that your name? Where are you, Arapi? That's the second time you said that. A, hello. Not sure exactly what that means. I guess it's not a very good question though, because you're here with us, obviously. were you human at some point? Y, Q, X, I, F. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, you're not speaking in a way that we understand. Is this a hard way for you to communicate? Is there anything we could do to make it easier for you?
T.
Tea. You like tea? What kind of tea do you like? What's your favorite kind? N A R Y. Hello. Nary?
Nary, hello. I don't know.
Is that a kind of tea? Never heard of it. That's interesting. Well, if I can find that, I'll try and bring you some sometime. I don't have any right now though. Sorry. Maybe would you be okay with talking to us again some other time? Okay, Arapi. Well, it was nice talking to you. It was nice to meet you. It's kind of getting late for us. Is there anything you want to say to us before we say goodnight? Hey, hello. Okay, I still don't know what that means, but it was good talking to you, Arapi. I wish you nothing but the best. Me and Michael go in peace. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night, Arapi. We're gonna say goodbye now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I felt
So I shot a couple messages over while I was listening to y'all,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did that as in memory because I didn't think y'all were going to stop and look at them. Also, didn't want to chime in and say anything. Arape translates from Guarnian to universe or cosmos.
R-A-Y-R-A-R-A-R. Yeah, God damn it. R-A-A.
Arapy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Translates in Guaranian as cosmos or universe.
Wow. Okay.
Nary And I kind of picked up on that. I think my quick assessment on it is almost like it was a dead call to the universe, because do you like tea? What kind? Nary is never. It almost seems like it was a misunderstood question. And then they realized you said tea. And they were like, nary.
It spelled it out. It spelled it out. TEA. T.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, see, and that's the other thing is, also the one thing with Ouija is you're assuming that spirits instantly know English the minute they die.
That is a problem.
Right.
There's actually a cipher that a friend showed me. It's supposed to be some kind of demonic code, but basically you swap the letters for different letters, like a cipher. And so I need to pull that out next time I do this.
I just thought it was really interesting. I looked up the name immediately, and that's pretty much the only thing that came up.
Wow.
Was a translation from Guardian.
I felt a very youthful, playful presence.
I didn't feel threatened either.
I felt like it was a baby or little kid trying to say something and not knowing what to say.
Yes, and he had a lot of power. Or I guess we're both assuming it was a he, but it had a lot of power to move things. I felt it really strong, but it was like an enthusiasm, like a childish energy, like you described.
It said a hello 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, the letter A and then hello several times. And it also gave us a string of letters that I called out, but it seemed like gibberish.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Oh, it was like YQXIZ or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
that could have been.
The first time I've run into gibberish with these sort of things, and I think it's what he's touching on here, that we're assuming these things can communicate in English. I'm sure there are better means to do this, and I know there are. You can reach out directly. This is good training wheels, though. Like I feel like, and I don't have a lot of experience or success like reaching out without this sort of thing. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that happened.
I think
Never a dull moment.
Yeah. No, with everything that's been presented, the thing that you said about it, meaning cosmos, universe, that shifts it in my mind. Maybe we were talking to the thing at the beginning,
God.
or but not like the eternal wise God,
child God.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking because you initially tried to call somebody else, and then you kind of just said, "Is anybody here?"
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
I called for Stolas.
Like you got the operator,
And whatever it was, it kept saying hi, and I don't feel like that was a communication thing. It felt like it just wanted to say hey.
Like a default.
Known.
I've also heard people like on Reddit describe it just darting around basically to get more acclimated.
Yeah.
And like get more power and like control of it.
Start to learn where it's at and what it's doing.
So there's any number of things, right? It's like we're talking to someone in a foreign language. There's all kinds of mistranslations.
I think it was the cosmic operator. It kept saying, "Hey, hello, where do you direct a call? Hey, hello, where do I direct your call?" And you're like, "What's my name? I'm the fucking universe. Where am I directing your call?"
You want to talk to me? I'm 411. What are you talking about?
What? People don't talk to me. Funny. They get me to call other people. What are you doing?
I like that interpretation.
Hey, I shoot from the hip, baby.
Well, on that note, we are reaching the end of our time. Well, thanks for sticking around, Alice. I hope that was fun for you as it was for me. Was it good for you? And hopefully we'll see you Saturday. In fact, I'm going to judge you if you don't make it. we're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe Alice didn't show even after how much we hyped it up.
If you're not at the show, we're going to post really mean tweets about you.
Really
Yeah.
bad. I'm the only one that has an excuse not to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Well,
I'm gonna be home posting mean tweets on everybody that hasn't shown. So
Yeah,
they'll be letting me know.
yeah, that is your God-given right.
I'll send you
Real time.
pictures. And if you don't see someone there in the room, you can let them know, like, hey, what are you doing?
That's it.
There's
Just
something
say,
more.
hey man, I didn't
important."
see you. You trying to say Alex didn't include you?
Okay. Well, thank you again, gentlemen.
Thank you for having me. Always.
Absolutely.
Always
It's been awesome.
Good to see both of you.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. And I'm looking very much so forward to seeing you Saturday and on the 26th, both times at Eastern.
Yep.
So-
So where it's where the things are happening, you know? That's what it's
Absolutely looking forward to what things you got coming with Sky Daddy.
Yeah,
That's,
me
uh,
too. This
That's
is
a big breath of fresh air for somebody like me to hear that
Yeah,
attitude is
thank
still
you.
alive in this town. So
Thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. I kind of want to use Saturday as a gauge for like initial interest, and then hopefully build off of that as we throw young Dylan's music out into the universe and see how they respond, and then do other things. You know, we're gonna keep trying to do monthly events. Some of them shows, some of them not shows. I kind of want to dip my toe into the like DJ curated networking hang space and see how people come out to that. You know, just like regularly do events that people can come hang at that don't necessarily have to be high commitment or high engagement. They can just sit and enjoy each other's company and talk about music. Or not. I don't care. Just hang out. Have fun.
It's cool to see. It's very grassroots, first of all, and it's also like refreshingly new. Like we don't have anything like that, so I'm really looking forward to see what you do, man.
Me too. I can't wait to come out on the other side and see where we end up. Thank you, though. It really does mean a lot.
Man, thanks again, dude.
Yeah.
And I will catch you Saturday. Alice, don't be late for the very important date. Night, night.
Night, Alice.
It's just me and you now. How are you? It's been a long time. You having fun? You having a good time? Do you like where you're at? Do you feel comfortable? Are you listening? Are you watching? Are you awake yet? That's what I thought. I'm awake because I'm drinking cold brew at 12:46 at night. That's the hours we work here. When I have to be up at like 8 tomorrow, it's fine. It's fine. More blatant self-promotionalism. Come to the show Saturday. Hey, it's totally not using your time for.
Was that a shameless self-plug?
It was.
No, but seriously, yeah, Alice, you better be there. I'll be there.